All right. Hey, what is up, everyone? This is your girl, Miss Sophia, the Diva. Happy Sunday. I am on time, as I like to say, for doing my live review. Because for some reason, I just decided to change it and start doing my reviews on Sundays or the day of the actual show. So, maybe some people just want a brief. I'm trying to be as brief as possible in this review. There really wasn't a lot of unpacking in this episode. But for my people out here on YouTube, if this is your first time watching me or seeing me, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel and share, this video with whomever. But of course, we're here to discuss Real Housewives of Atlanta, one of my favorite franchises. I've been rocking with this franchise all 12 years. Baby, they running a marathon of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Whew. I'm going to ask Dr. Jackie if she think I should have a baby at 42, about to be 43. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I was looking at season 7 and thinking about when Kenya first came on. Woo, child, having a baby did wonders for her skin. Praise the Lord. Okay. Because my skin been acting up too. So I definitely want to, try to get some help for my skin as well. Okay. But anyway, there really wasn't a lot. This episode was entitled The Regift That Keeps On Giving. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining. So one of the things about this regifting, the reason why it was titled that is because, Kenya had already said she's very upset with Eva for saying that she did not want to bring her children around her because she didn't know anything about her energy. And therefore, Kenya is in her feelings and wants to regift a cute little doll that Eva gave to baby Brooklyn. Okay. So, and this is also the episode where, thank you. And this is also the episode where I guess Cynthia Bailey has decided that every year she's going to have the Bailey Annual Barbecue. And this year's theme was wear red or get red. Okay. And I was like, okay, Cynthia. Okay. You're not very good with reading, but that's okay. So anyway, this was kind of a hot mess episode, but it also pushed a lot of hot buttons. Okay. So, and before I get into that, I don't know if anyone has seen, I know from Love B. Scott and probably some other bloggers, you all have seen that Portia and Dennis are back on for an engagement. But not only are they back on for an engagement, but despite all the red flags, Portia is going to proceed in trying to work on a baby number 2 with Dennis. Now, my theory about her doing this is simply because she don't want her baby to have her children to have mismatched daddies. That's, same daddy. Because, who was that was throwing shade? Oh, Kenya stays throwing shade at Eva like Eva should be ashamed of having babies by more than one man. First of all, the first one, he did a good job. Kevin McCall probably was on his meds and seemed pretty normal to Eva at the time. He's no Lance Gross, that's for sure. Oh, they were such a pretty couple. I met them one night down at the NAACP Image Awards when I used to live in LA. And they were still together. But, now she's married. No, not Kenya. That's Marlo who likes to come for her about that. But Kenya and Marlo, for some reason, have a real issue with Eva. And also I noticed on Instagram and on Twitter, a lot of people have an issue with Eva. They hate Eva. And I'm like, am I biased because I really just like Eva? Or are these people just blind? Because if anything, Marlo has been throwing sticks and stones with her words at Eva ever since Eva came on the scene. And I don't know why Eva disturbs her so much. She's so concerned with who Eva is sleeping with. She always likes to bring that up about her having been a lesbian with possibly Missy Elliott. And I feel like, do you want to sleep with Eva? Like, do you want a chance to bump donuts with her? I mean, can you please explain and expound upon where is this hatred coming from with Eva. And then Eva tries to avoid you, but yet you get in her face. And then people like, she just running, she be throwing shade, and she got all this energy to do that, but she can't stand her ground and just stay there and take it. I'm like, first of all, she's pregnant with a child. And I wouldn't stick around for that drama either. I would just grab my purse and get up and leave, exit Viola Davis / LeBron James style, okay? But that's neither here nor there. So I was very perplexed, and I'm going to read some of the tweets where I even got into a debate with one of my fellow attorneys. I'm not licensed, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm an attorney. I'm an unlicensed attorney. I graduated from law school. So either way, baby PJ is absolutely cute. We opened with Portia and her living doll, baby PJ. She's styling her. Cynthia really did not want children at this barbecue. And the problem with Cynthia is just tell people, look, don't bring your babies. If you can't, leave your baby at home, you can't trust the nanny, because Portia up here talking about she gonna go upside the nanny's head. What is the point of hiring help that you're not going to use? They just there collecting a check while you watch them. These people have been vetted by the sources in which you do. Plus, get a nanny cam. Everybody got one. Help, even if you don't have one, lead them to believe you have one, so they can be paranoid, sitting there scared, so they won't hurt the baby. That's all I'm saying. What's wrong with y'all? And I really, in this episode, I just felt some type of way about the fact that Portia came and brought like a whole room of stuff for one baby, who really all you had to do was bring like her little rocker thing and put her to sleep, or, give her something to play with. I don't know. Like, my sister was fascinated with soda bottles. I don't know. Not in the plastic one. She had a fixation with that as a child. But it was just really, really interesting to watch. I thought that the jitterbug class that Portia and Kenya took together were cute. I find the sister friend act somewhat astounding, considering how Portia dragged Kenya in this bitch. But okay. But I did find it interesting when Kenya came in and the lady basically was asking her to take off her shoes. And I'm like, she's not per se asking you to take off the shoes because, it's just the thing to do so you'll be comfortable and so you won't tear up that floor. Everybody else either got on sneakers or no shoes. That's not the type of dance floor that this is for you to be wearing your wedge heels, okay? Once again, Kenya was talking about how strong her baby was, and then she was complaining about Mark putting Brooklyn first and making her the center of attention. And my thing is this: at the end of the day, Kenya, he's just not that into you. He has found out, your scales then came off from last summer, and now he knows the snake that you are. I mean, time to file for a divorce for real. One of the things that got under people's skin, and y'all can watch that video, it is on my YouTube, it's also on Periscope. I talked a little bit about generational wealth and how what Candy did last week for Riley was normal. Riley is having the time of her life. If I could afford to make that happen for more children that are not available, I definitely would. My godchildren, I definitely would have paid for their experiences. If you have the money and the means, there is no reason why your child should not be able to live the life that you want them to live, okay? And what she was paying was no different than what a parent would be paying when a child go off to college for an apartment in New York. That's kind of a normal price, and it wasn't even a fancy high-rise apartment. So people were upset and shook about that. It's very, very disturbing because I'm like, that's what other people do. That's what people with money do. They pay for their children to have experiences. And the second bedroom was so that the person that was kind of watching Riley, a family friend, was watching her to make sure she didn't get into any pitfalls. But I'm not going to readdress that. Just know, people, that is normal in other circles. Some of you are underexposed and undereducated about those things, but just know that that's totally normal. I did kind of see a little conflict with Kayla and Riley, because Kayla has had that independent living That a lot of years, it's always the older sibling. We suffer the most. And I say we because I'm the older sibling. We don't get to experience some of the things because number one, our parents probably weren't at that level. But in Kayla's case, she didn't even know who her father was until, she was damn near grown. So that's not her fault. But anyway, oh, look what Satan done drug in, y'all. Then we go to Nene Marlowe and Ivana, I'm that bitch. Okay, from Clark Atlanta University. Baby, if you gonna hold on to that, let me tell you something. College was then, this is now. Let's get in the present moment. And then somebody was talking about how disturbing her Instagram was anyway, talking about she crazy. I was like, oh, Lord. I mean, when they showed the clip, I was like, yeah, she really is crazy and alcohol is not her friend. I guess they're going to try to make her Shamari. Where's Shamari? Can we see Shamari? I think y'all should bring Shamari back. I really ended up liking her. So they meet up and she's basically telling Nene all the things that are true about her that allegedly Cynthia said in her wine bar, and how she drugged Nene for fifths by saying that Nene is toxic and it's a burden to be her friend. Where's the lie? Now, the problem is that Nene will not receive it because Nene is not ready to receive it. Nene is not ready to self-reflect and realize that she comes off as a paranoid, insecure bully. And she's only a bully because she is insecure and paranoid and worried about what other people think. She still has scars from her childhood that have yet to heal. She really needs to get in there with Dr. Ken, Dr. Jeff, Dr. Sherry, somebody. Get with Dr. Johnson. Dr. Adriel Johnson can hook you up too. Oh, he's a wonderful therapist. Amen. Praise the Lord. But I'm just saying, Ivana, shut the hell up. Ain't nobody buying the Kool-Aid you trying to slang. Okay. Mama Diane and Portia. So Mama Diane has a business she runs. I don't know what kind of business Mama Diane runs, but Mama Diane But Mama Diane probably ain't put it out there what she do, because these reality TV contracts come with, usually they want 15% of your profits as part of their market ability to market you to a larger audience. So maybe Miss Diane ain't ready to give up that 15%. But I would love to know what Mama Diane do. She run around looking like cute and sexy Mima. That's what I want to call her. People hate that name, Glamma or something. But either way, she trying to help Portia. And then Portia came in tired from work and she needed a nap. So, okay. Needless to say, she needs to hire a nanny. She got a nanny, but don't want to leave at the barbecue. The barbecue, there will be no hot dog factory this year. As you know, her and Dennis are on the fritz at that particular time, although they're supposed to be back on. So either way, Portia even said she didn't want any hot dogs at the damn event. I'm like, how you gonna have a barbecue with no hot dogs? Hot dogs and burgers from Sam's Club or Costco frozen section are the standard at most barbecues. Okay, then you might get some steak and some chicken, but usually that's what you get at a barbecue. She had some nerve to tell somebody that. So anyway, Eva is the first guest to arrive. People were upset by her, I guess, is it mommy shaming, age shaming? I don't know, but here's the thing, y'all. Kenya be getting her comeuppance from Eva all the time. She always dragging Eva, saying something nasty about Eva. And she said that, welcome to motherhood. These are the choices and sacrifices you have to make as a mother when you have a baby. Didn't nobody tell her to have a late in life baby? I was like, ooh, shit. That's harsh. That's harsh. But you know what? Only to Kenya. She wasn't saying it to anyone else. Let's see. Ivana shows up to the barbecue. Portia brought her entire nursery with her and laid it out in Cynthia's living room. While Portia is inside the house, Kenya gives Portia a gift for baby PJ, and baby PJ's gift is she's fine. I just want you to know it did come from, it came from Eva. And I'm just like, why did you even have to tell her that's where it came from at an event where you know that Eva is? And number two, why would you even do that at your so-called best friend's house? Because Kenya is evil and sick and sadistic, basically. But she's just a foul individual. Portia has to run out onto the lanai to let everybody know that she just got Eva's doll that she gave to Kenya. And eventually it turns ugly. Kenya starts popping off at the mouth to Eva. And next thing you know, Cynthia's kind of trying to let them squash it. It turns ugly because Kenya turns up on Cynthia, basically telling her, you stay out of this, and just going in on Cynthia. And then Marlo started talking, and basically, you know, Eva left after that. It got too hot for her to handle. And I'm just trying to understand, like, you know, where is all this hatred? Because as soon as Marlo hit the door, she immediately started going in about Eva being broke and all this stuff. My thing is, honey, that you have can be taken away from you at any given time, any given moment. No one is safe with what they have. Everybody think they safe and secure. When that last market crash happened, all them banks ended up closing up. What was that, in 2008, 2009? I have friends that lost their entire investment portfolios in retirement because they were working for small companies. So you might think you secure. Well, I guess if your stuff at Goldman Sachs, you might be okay, Marlo. I think that's Satan's bank. Anyway, my thing is, if you know so much about Eva's finances, did you hire a forensic accountant? I mean, are you that thirsty to know how much money this girl has or doesn't have? It don't make any sense. Then while Kenya was going in on Cynthia, Marlo finally got her to shut the hell up. She told her she needed to use that same energy she used with Mark. And I was just like, how the hell does Marlo know that there's a trouble in paradise? Who been talking? The streets be talking in Atlanta, y'all, apparently. Because here's the thing, Kenya is so passive and submissive with Mark. I mean, Mark was on it. He was grinding on her like his boot was on her neck when we last saw Mark and Kenya's interactions. But either way, you know, Kenya really needs to work on herself. I think a couple of these women in the show, if this is legit how they really are, they need to go see somebody. Portia is going to see somebody, but I don't know if Dr. Sherry is getting to her. But like I told my friend who is an avid watcher of Real Housewives of Atlanta as well, I was telling her, I said that maybe this is all for a storyline, and I hope it is, because Portia, you out here looking real dumb. You really are. I love you, but you out here looking dumb. And I think some of the things that you've done and the moves that you've made, especially when it came to Dennis, you know, the way you treated Dennis when he moved into your home. I mean, what man would want to stay in that? Honestly, I ain't saying anything that he did was right to you. If he cheated on you while you were pregnant and it was understood that y'all were in a committed relationship, that was wrong. But either way, getting back to this barbecue. So they decided to hand out prizes. It wasn't as exciting this year as it was last year with drunk ass Shamari and Portia, because Portia kept pretending she didn't know this woman. I don't know this woman. I've never seen. We were in high school together. I don't know this woman. I just don't. So either way, they were trying to hand out prizes for best twerker. Cynthia, you are not the best twerker. Portia has had some work, or them implants or injections are a little bit more flexible because that booty was moving. It was massive improvement. Okay. Eva is the best reader. And I do believe that Kenya is the thirstiest of them all. Hey, Buckwheat, how are you? Then Portia was spilling all the tea on Ivana being thirsty. And when they showed us the IG, I was like, oh, she in desperate need of some attention. Why won't somebody give her some attention? Can we get her a dog or a cat? The cat might not pay her no mind. You need one of them lackadaisical smart dogs, like a golden retriever or Labrador or something that might help you out, because Ivana, you need help. Then they were asking about who's the most insecure, and everybody. Hey, Breland, how are you? That's the name of the episode. That's the name of the episode. They were asking about who's the most insecure person. The most insecure person, there's actually two. It's Marlo and Kenya, in my opinion, because they are so hateful and mean and venomous in what they say. I would also say Nene is also very insecure in who she is. And like, if you read Nene's autobiography, you will come to understand Nene a whole lot better if you read that. I have a hard copy. I know, I'm just saying I have regifted. Okay. Don't you be giving me no regifts if we ever should meet. Okay. Okay. So here is where it got a little choppy in Twitter. So a fellow Twitterer says, see, this is what I don't get. Eva has so much mouth, but as soon as the heat on her, she leaves when she can't take it. If she cared so much about her baby's energy, then maybe she shouldn't have so much negative shit to say. I said the reason why she left is because she is pregnant and did not want to be stressed to the point of going into labor. Because I think at that point, Eva was what, 7, 8 months, maybe 8 months. And I said, that's why she said Marlo has never carried a baby, so she wouldn't understand. It was venomous to a point, but let's be real. Anytime you have somebody coming in like a goddamn buffalo at you, like Marlo, oh, Eva, you're broke ass. Eva, you broke. Eva, you ain't got no house. Eva. Rest in peace to that young man. So I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't even know who that rapper is. Bless his heart and his family, but I don't know who that is. But we talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Stay on subject, Breland. Stay on subject. This video is dedicated just to that. And so many people were chiming in, and one person in particular, she was saying that that was a weak excuse. And she was expressing the fact that she is an attorney, and yes, being an attorney is stressful, and if that's your only choice. But my question became, you know, she said that's so weak. I carried a high-risk IVF pregnancy at advanced maternal age. She said that to Marlo as a jab. Well, Marlo keeps talking about her bank account, so why not go for the jugular? Why not? Candy and Portia didn't run every time the water got hot. Eva is a bully and a coward, pregnant or not. She's not a coward. She just ain't got time for shit. She said what she said, and she said some stuff to these women's face. But okay, I said, do you allow yourself to remain in stressful situations? She said that Eva started the stressful situation, and let's not act like she was not attacked. And I was like, how was that possible? I said, Marlo breezes in and immediately goes in on her about lying and her finances. Kenya goes in about how she didn't want to bring her children around, which makes sense to anyone who has watched when Kenya has been on there. She's always on some preemptive stuff. She is. And so it just kept going on and on and on about how Eva is wrong. And then she said Eva walked in the door bad-mouthing Kenya and always had something slick to say. Eva doesn't like Marlo because she called her out on being broke. But we don't know if Eva is broke. Eva might be doing like a lot of rich folk do. Ain't nothing wrong with driving a Jeep. Okay. I think that's where the hang up and disconnect come. People think everybody on the show should be driving Rolls, Bentleys, and what's another good car? Maybachs and shit. I mean, not everybody likes that shit. In Cali, we like our Jeeps. So I don't know. Then I like how this one person came in and said, weak nothing. Everyone's pregnancy is different, and people choose to protect their babies differently. Just because you be happy to get into a loud, heated argument pregnant doesn't make it make sense. And then she said, the one who had the high-risk pregnancy, this is one of my Twitter friends too, by the way. She said, that's how I collect my coins. Secondly, she had zero problems talking trash about people. She only had a problem when she was challenged. Weak. So I just feel like we're divided on Eva. I'm personally team Eva. I think that Marlo is foul and wrong. I think that Kenya needs to go seek help. Okay. So anyways, y'all, I will be waiting for this week's episode. Again, I'm going to be praying for Portia and Dennis. Like I told my friend Helena, I don't know what this is that they got going on, Dennis and Portia. But what I do know is that there were red flags throughout the entire beginning of this relationship. For some reason, Portia zeroed in on Dennis and felt like he was the perfect person to create a baby with. Now, my understanding is that financially he's worth about $10 million. That's a lot more than what I have, but in millionaire status, it's not quite there. But hey, he definitely got good credit. He could have all the experiences if he wants to that possibly Jay-Z and Beyonce could be having, once you get to that level. My thing is, like I said, the reason why she probably even is sticking with him is just because she wants to make sure her children have the same father. That's the bottom line. She don't want mismatched daddies. So that's my opinion on it. Anyway, thank you all who did join the conversation. Breland seems to think Portia got trapped. Well, that's what happens when you're not on birth control and you don't plan B that shit and you don't use a condom. For some people. But either way, that's all I got. Y'all be fabulous. Have a fabulous rest of your Sunday. Y'all be in prayer for me. I start my new opportunity tomorrow. The sun does set as the stagecoach rolls away and ushers in a new day. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. I remember my friend Kevin Smith used to sing that song all the time when we were in high school. I miss Kevin. If y'all don't know who Kevin Smith is, he is also now a meteorologist, but he used to be my best friend when I was in high school. So either way, y'all make it a great one. Chin up, buttercups, the sun will come out. I promise you that. And I can honestly tell you, I promise you the sun will come out. But in the meantime, in between time, while you're waiting, stay fabulous. Keep that fabulous state of mind.